What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So, do you currently know where we stand regarding an additional stimulus check? Where we stand regarding the infrastructure bill that President Biden has put in front of us? Or do you know where lawmakers currently stand or what they're even asking for? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to cover in today's video. But first, like always, can you do me a favor? Go ahead and hit that like button only if you are thoroughly enjoying these videos, these daily updates that I'm doing. Again, I take time out of my day so that I can keep you updated on everything that's currently going on that I feel is very important. Again, if you have questions on any of it, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But let's begin. Currently, there are 53 members in the House of Representatives that support another stimulus check. There are 21 senators in the Senate that currently support additional stimulus checks as well. Some of which support $2,000 stimulus checks, some of which support $2,000 per month stimulus checks. In the Senate, a lot of the senators support an additional stimulus check, but they do say that there needs to be additional stimulus as well, not just a stimulus check. Again, some want a monthly stimulus check. Others say no, we also should have an extension of the unemployment benefits and the child tax credits. Well, I got more on the child tax credits for you in just a minute. But with a group of 74 congressmen and women right now pushing for additional stimulus, more is bound to come. This is something that we know. This is something that some senators have said that yes, we are going to pass additional stimulus, but as to what extent, what is that going to entail? Will it be a check? Will it be unemployment benefits? Will it be a child tax credit? Will it be rental relief, forgiveness of student loans? What will it be? That's what nobody currently knows, but they are going to push for more. What we need to watch out for right now and everything that's going to happen, it all depends on how much additional support these 74 members can get. Right now, there are additional members in the House other than the 53 members, that do support additional stimulus, but 53 members support the stimulus check, just that provision. And that's what I want you to understand is right now, I think there's 94 progressives in Congress. There's only one, and that's Bernie Sanders in the Senate. And the other 93, I think, maybe it's 92 progressives in the House, they support additional stimulus. Some don't support the $2,000 per month stimulus check, but most of them do support additional checks. So just keep that in mind. Right now, they're trying to get this included into the Build Back Better plan. But the big issue is, how is the economy looking once this gets closer to this Build Back Better plan coming to fruition? Some are saying if the economy is looking great, another stimulus check is less likely. However, honestly, at this point, the economy isn't looking perfect in my eyes, and according to many economists, many experts, we still have a long ways to go. So right now, there's a high likelihood that an additional stimulus check and more stimulus will be coming fairly soon. Right now, all indications point to the Build Back Better plan passing before the August recess. That's sometime during the summer, Obviously, you know when August is, but you get the idea. This is supposed to pass in the summer. The Congress goes on recess in August. They pretty much have a month off. And so Nancy Pelosi says, I'd like to get this passed before the January or July 4th. That is, Independence Day. And that's when Congress will go on a little recess as well during that time. So yes, they're going to be going on recess for more time than most Americans get time off work. But that's currently the way it is set up. So right now, some are saying that yes, an additional stimulus check would be great, but if the economy isn't doing too bad at that time, an additional stimulus check might not happen. But they do say an addition to unemployment benefits will most likely be included, but that's not going to go into effect until after September 6th. And then others say an extension for the child tax credit will be in this next bill, but that's something that we won't see until 2022 anyway. So right now, when we're looking at the immediate relief to the American people, unemployment benefits and the child tax credit actually don't play a major role until September 6th and then obviously January 1st of 2022. Right now, the only thing that would play a major role or a huge impact to the American people would be an additional stimulus check or rental assistance, nutrition assistance. There's not much more you can do there either. So that's what currently people are discussing. But here's what you need to keep in mind. You need to keep in mind that as of right now, even though a lot of politicians want to see this pass before August, there's still a lot of fighting going on between Congress, between the House and the Senate, between Democrats and Republicans, between Democrats and Democrats. There's a lot of fighting going on. But here's what we know. Right now, Bernie Sanders is actually fairly upset with the Biden administration because they are trying to push additional money over to the Pentagon and to the defense contracts. And Bernie Sanders says, no, there's no reason for the United States to be spending, I think it's like $500 billion more per year than like China and Russia and India and all these other countries on defense. There's no point. But President Biden is wanting to include about $750 billion for the defense budget, and he wants to put that in the government spending bill for this next year. That actually has many Democrats fairly upset that, okay, we're trying to discuss the infrastructure bill, how we're going to pay for that, and now you're telling us, now we need to figure out, okay, we're going to spend an additional $750 billion on defense when that was something that President Trump or former President Donald Trump did because they need to upgrade a bunch of equipment. And now President Biden is going to do the exact same thing, but a lot of this equipment was already upgraded. So essentially, he's just wasting money. And this is where some people like Bernie Sanders are questioning why that money isn't being spent on additional stimulus to actually build back better. This is what President Biden came up with. Let's build back better. And why are we not spending money to build back the economy better than it currently is? Because some are saying right now we are far from where we once were. So we know Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, he wants to see student loan forgiveness. And the reports out this morning, so Monday morning, are saying that the education secretary has not even got back to President Biden as to whether or not he can actually forgive $10,000 or $50,000 of student loans. So President Biden is in the same boat as we are as of right now. Again, that's just the reports out this morning. Who knows if things are going to change tomorrow or sometime this week. We also know some lawmakers are fighting for legislation to help workers unionize. That's a big thing that's getting a big push as of lately, simply because a lot of Amazon workers are fighting for this as well. Others want to see an extension to Medicare. That's also kind of on the table at this point. Some lawmakers are pushing for police reform. This is something that's going to get a huge push, okay? I guarantee you police reform is going to get a huge push. President Biden, according to White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, she says President Biden will make a statement after the Derek Chauvin trial, whenever that is. So, they're going through that right now, so we'll see what happens once they have a verdict there. And obviously, we still have many issues down at the border. This is a big one. This is a big one that Vice President Kamala Harris is supposed to be kind of heading up. But some say that she is not well equipped to deal with this. So honestly, I don't know. We just have to wait and see how she does and kind of go from there. And along with that, we know that President Biden is prepared to compromise. He's already prepared to compromise on his $2.25 trillion infrastructure bill. And some Democrats are fairly upset that he actually came out and said this during his meeting today. He came out and said he is prepared to compromise. He's said this multiple times before. He's kind of alluded to this in the past, but now this is official. He is willing to compromise. And Democrats are saying that, no, this is not the case. We are not going to compromise. We actually need more than this, not less. And to make matters worse and even more complicated, President Biden wants to unveil his American Families Plan before next Wednesday's speech to Congress. This is a speech that a lot of presidents usually do. I think in February. He decided to do it in April, so we'll have to wait and see what he talks about. But if he's expected to unveil this plan, and as of today, what we know according to the Washington Post, they are saying that this plan is supposed to be around $1 trillion, and there's going to be about $500 billion in new tax credits. So there's some interesting things going to happen here. Some of the key measures are supposed to include childcare, paid leave, universal pre-K tuition-free community college, and the child tax credit expansion all the way through 2025. That's currently what's being discussed and reported from the Washington Post and reporter Jeff Stein. So that's a great reporter. Highly recommend you follow him on Twitter if you don't already. But at this time, right now in this plan, there is currently not much as far as additional stimulus. And this is where many Democrats are upset. This is where many Democrats are fighting. Like, why are we providing all this money for additional infrastructure, which is great. Democrats are all for infrastructure. And a lot of Republicans are for infrastructure as well. But here's what they're saying. Why are we going to do, let's say, $1 trillion in infrastructure that is not even going to take effect for years? It's not even going to benefit the economy for years, but we're going to spend this money to go and do that. They're saying it would make more sense to spend the money on stimulus right now, and then next year we can work on an additional infrastructure bill. That just makes more sense. But yet, that's not the way things work. Some are pushing for an additional or a more permanent fixture for the unemployment tax waiver, and some say that this is needed. The $10,200 of pretty much tax-free money is a big deal for many lower-income individuals. Even people that make a decent amount of money, to get, let's say you get $10,000 in tax-free money, you pay, let's just say 20%, you get $2,000 that you save in taxes. That's pretty big. That can do a lot for many families. We also know others want to see the earned income tax credit extended. This currently sits at about triple what it used to be, and some say this is huge. This was a big benefit to many that filed their taxes, and more are saying we need to see the child tax credit as a permanent fixture. This cannot be only extended until 2025. They want to see this permanently included into the tax code. But here's what we know from Richard Neal from the House Ways and Means Committee. He said once the legislation is in the bill, you go ahead and change the tax code, it is very difficult to get it pulled out. And so some Democrats are saying that it makes more sense to get it as a permanent fixture into the tax code because it's going to be harder. Let's say a Republican president wins in 2024 or 2028, right? Let's say the House and Senate are going to be controlled by Republicans, or maybe it's a mixture. It's going to be harder for Republicans to go and pull that out. And so Democrats are saying it makes more sense to just push it in there, get it done, get the thing sealed, and then if they decide to pull it out later, they pull it out, but at least it's in there for now. And so right now, who knows what's going to happen, but there is a big push to get this extended. And again, the child tax credit, which was only $2,000, and I believe it was only $1,000, $1,200, $1,500, somewhere around there. I don't remember exactly what it was, back in 2017 before former President Donald Trump got it increased to $2,000. What we know is it's $2,000 now, but for 2021, it's going to be $3,000 and $3,600. So it's going to be another increase, which is great for people that have children. But for those that don't have children, there's really nothing for them outside of maybe the earned income tax credit or something else like that. So what I can tell you is there's a lot of arguments happening right now. Some people are agreeing verbally on different provisions, but then as far as getting it actually done, it's going to take a little bit of time. So just understand the arguments are coming, but as we get more information on and as we get closer to this bill actually coming to fruition, that's when we're going to start to see more proposals. And this is very frustrating to many people, is that, okay, we have the bill, here's the bill, let's say it's on this little notepad right here, here's the bill. And then you got lawmakers that come out and say, oh, all right, here's the bill. Well, I want to add this one. And then another one, I want to add this bill. And oh, I want to add this one as well. And so then they have all these different proposals coming at the last second. And that's what makes things at this point very difficult to pass. And that's what kind of draws us out. So again, even though right now some want to see this bill passed before July 4th, according to Nancy Pelosi, and pretty much every lawmaker wants to see it done before August, some Republicans are saying, no, this might be pushed into the fall. So as of right now, I'm going to report everything that I'm hearing, but just understand there's a lot more coming down the pipeline. So as always, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing so that you don't miss any more of these updates. I'll continue to provide these daily updates for you guys so that you guys don't miss any of this very important information. Again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Go ahead, smash that thumbs up button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.